guys, I'm here with you guys another video. This video is on the boys' birthday. So this is their first birthday. Austin and Dallas are officially 1 today. So I want to say that I'm sorry to Ginger because I had no time to make a video on Ginger's Gotcha Day. Ginger's Gotcha Day was about 4 weeks ago, and I apologize for not making a video on it because I was just so busy. I remembered I gave her lots of love. I gave her some food. I gave her lots and lots and lots of love, extra treats, and just loved her to death. But I thought I would make a video on the boys and maybe give you guys a little story of how I got them and how they just ended up with me in general. So I'm just going to give you guys a little overview of their cage real quick. So this is just their overview. They've got their hay box, their Austin and his walk-up house. There's a jingly ball in the background right there. And then we got a toy there, we got another toy there, another toy. Tile, a nice tile for them to lay on because it gets hot. And then they have that wooden ball, bell ball that we got in Violet back there, if you guys can see it. And then we have their house, their igloo house, and this igloo house was actually the igloo house they were born in. Actually, they weren't born in the igloo. They were born in this corner litter box where Nala is right now. Obviously it's been cleaned out. Hi, Nala. Hi, Nala. Hello. Hello. But anyway, the reason why is because I didn't have her house in at the moment, so she had them in that litter box. Anyway, then we have the bendable bridge where Dallas is hanging out under it eating hay. And then another litter box right here with hay in it. A hay rack that I got with a pet store cage. We'll talk about that later. There are water bottles and some other tiles right here to prevent water from leaking. And the boys like to lay under this tile and let water drip on them. They're weird. And then their dish and another toy. So that's pretty much it in their cage. So I'm gonna get started with the story with a little clip of them eating grass today. So let's get started. So today is the boys' official first birthday. I'm so happy to say that I raised these boys by myself. I adopted Ginger about a year ago now, and it turns out I adopted 2 others at the same time because Ginger was pregnant with these 2 boys. So I barely knew how to take care of a guinea pig whatsoever, and I had no idea what was happening when I found out Ginger was pregnant from the veterinarian, and I didn't know what to do. I had barely had Ginger for about 3 weeks, and it was just incredible what was happening. So the boys were actually born probably a week after I found out from the vet, a week or 2, and they were born on a Sunday last year, but today's Monday, and they were born in a corner litter box, a purple one I showed you in the previous clip that Nala was in. And yeah, it was very exciting for me for seeing Ginger give birth to these 2 amazing little boys. I mean, look at them. They're adorable. I mean, the firstborn was Dallas, who's the brown and white with the white patch on the top of his head, and Austin was the secondborn. Austin was the feisty one. He was the one that was fighting against Ginger from cleaning. It was so funny, we called him Little Feisty One. So anyway, when probably about a week after I moved the boys into a 3x2 CNC grade cage with Ginger, and I wasn't thinking straight at that time because I knew that I made that mistake because the boys could have easily escaped at that time. but they didn't, so it's alright with that. So probably about 3 or 4 weeks later, I thought the boys were females, so their original names was Molly and Dolly. So after a while, I realized that I made a mistake because the boys intended to mount Ginger a lot, and I did not see what was going on, so I decided to do my research and found out they were actually boys. So after that, I decided to find them a new home, and my friend from school told me that she would adopt him for her little sister. Her little sister's about 12, meaning that, and I was totally okay with it, and I was very, very happy that I found someone. So they paid me $20 for both of them, and probably about she picked them up. I gave her all the information from this rescue center, Guinea Pig Rescue Center, on how to take care of them and what to do on the first day and everything. And then I adopted Nala for Ginger because Ginger seemed to be very, very depressed because she didn't hear them anymore, she didn't see them anymore, so I adopted Nala. That's when it perked her up. And after I had Nala, I decided to message my friend and ask how the boys were adapting to their new home. She told me they were doing great, everyone loves them, and she told me their new names, and they were some weird names, but and then the next day, all of a sudden, she messages me again and says, "Is there any way you can take them back?" And I told her I would take them back anytime when I first gave them to her, and I of course told her so. So that's when the boys came back to me, and I made a whole spiel about it on Facebook and Instagram and said, "My boys are back, finally." And I was very depressed when I let them go because I never wanted to let them go. But they are officially back with me, and I could never let them go again, and the end. It was pretty long to fit in this small clip, but I'm very glad I kept them with me because they mean everything to me, no matter how messy or smelly or they are, or reckless, and they are just mean everything to me. So I'm so happy that they stuck with me for a full year, maybe a couple weeks cut out of that from my friends. So happy Gotcha Day, Ginger. I'm so sorry I missed it. I love you. You're the best guinea pig ever. And happy birthday to my big boys. And now we're just waiting on Nala. So there will be a picture of the boys as babies in the next scene.